from England. He's 21 years old. He's an avid supporter. Question 1, I am a believer and acceptor of Christ, and I believe the Bible 100%. I'm also attracted... he's just, a man attracted to women. Will this... I'm sorry. No, I'm also attracted to the same sex, and no matter how much I try, I can't help these feelings. Will this affect my place in the afterlife, and does God hold this against me?
I don't think homosexuality or that is the unpardonable sin. I think it's certainly a sin. I think people who often commit other sins like to look at that as the worst one, but a person who commits adultery will then look down on a homosexual, and I think that's pure hypocrisy. They're both wrong. So I think you need to ask God to help you, give you victory. It's a sin, just like lust in Matthew 5:28. Don't even look at a woman and lust after her. So there's plenty of sins that we are capable of committing and do, but don't justify it. It is wrong according to the Word. Read Romans chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 19, and there's many verses on that topic. It's wrong. You could. The person says, "I'm attracted to the same sex." Oh, hang on 1 second. I think I got to sign a paper. Hang on 1 second.
Okay, no problem.
I had some legal copies that had to get made. So to finish the question, someone says, "I'm attracted to the same sex." Okay, I don't understand that. I mean, I can hear them, understand their words. To me, that's so far off my radar. But people can get attracted to stealing and get attracted to adultery and get attracted to drugs, and you can develop an appetite or a habit for anything. So it doesn't mean it is right, and it doesn't mean it can't be conquered. So I would say, look at it and say, God, forgive me, help me. This is no different than a kleptomaniac who loves to steal just for the joy of stealing, or a drug addict who likes to take drugs, or any number of things. So it's put it in the list with all the rest of the sins and say, God, help me, forgive me.
What do you think of people, what do you think of churches allowing homosexuals to go into the church and to worship alongside everybody? What do you think of that?
Well, do churches allow adulterers to come in and worship, or thieves, or people who get angry and beat their kids? I mean, where are you going to draw this line?
Right, I hear you. Okay.
You're only going to let the church it's a hospital for sick people. I wouldn't, if they want to come, that's fine. Please come. Now, I'm still going to preach what the book says, and they probably won't be comfortable, but that's fine. You're welcome to come. It's a hospital. You don't tell sick people, don't come to the hospital until you get well. Now, come as you are. And so it would be wrong for the preacher to pull any punches and to not preach on topics because he doesn't want to offend somebody in his church. No, don't do that. You preach the whole counsel of God. If a homosexual wants to come, I have them come to my seminars all the time and tell me, sorry, I'm gay. I say, well, I think that's a wrong word to use. You call it whatever you like. But you're welcome to come. You're welcome to listen to my seminar, and I will tell you what the Word says, and then you can do with that Word as you please. And God's going to do as He pleases one day. But I think people tend to go crazy, and it's amazing in jail watching guys that their eyes are full of adultery and lust and pornography, and yet they come down real hard on a homosexual. Say, you hypocrite. Yeah. What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
your sin is just as bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my same exact sentiment. I mean, it really, before I make a statement, what would you say to someone that actively preaches against how they hate homosexuals, and that if that homosexual is never allowed in the church, and if a homosexual does go to the church and they find out, that they will literally pick them up and throw them out of the building? What do you say to someone like that?
I would say they're a hypocrite. Let's examine their life. What are they hiding? Usually they're pointing out somebody else's sin because they got something to distract your attention so you don't look at their sin too closely. I'd say, okay, before we pick this guy like Jesus, the woman caught in adultery in John chapter 8. They brought her to Jesus and threw her down and said, hey, she was caught in adultery in the very act. Well, that's the first place. How do you know who's going to catch somebody in the very act? And secondly, where's the man? I mean, doesn't it take two? Why didn't they bring the man out? And Jesus' answer was classic. He said, okay, whoever's without sin, cast the first stone. And it says, beginning at the eldest, they left. The longer you live, the more you realize, hey, your feet are made out of clay too. Don't judge too harshly. Mm-hmm. So God has, over the centuries, many homosexuals have gotten saved and gotten their life right with God and have been totally changed, you know. God can change Saul to Paul. He can change Jacob to Israel. That's his job. So God changes the old man to the new man, and so I think that's pure hypocrisy to say, I'm going to throw homosexual out of the church. I would suspect, a wild guess, that if you did some checking, you'd find that preacher who says that is also stealing from the church offering or has adultery or pornography in his life or something.
Yeah.
Just a guess. Go ahead.
No, that's my same exact sentiments. I mean, I remember going to a place where well, basically, some gentleman was telling me, you know, when you go out and you do, you know, try to get souls saved, what is it that you do? You know, how do you confront a homosexual? And I'm like, well, you know, I just tell them, hey, you know, you're according to the Bible, you're a reprobate, but everybody is sinners, and I just ask you to, you know, get in the Word, know God, ask Jesus into your heart, and turn away from your sin. And then I'll start preaching to them, trying to save their soul at that point, you know. But everybody's sinners, and that's the way I approach it. And you know, you just want to try and help people, you know, get to know God. And then they told me, hey, no, you should hate them. They're reprobates. God will never, you know, God will never accept them, and that you know, you're supposed to hate them. It's okay to hate them. It's righteous to hate them, and that if you know, it's hard to imagine, but you should be able to pick up a rock and stone someone at that point. And I just explained, I'm like, you're talking about extreme Muslim ISIS stuff right there, and you know, you're just full of you're a bunch of hypocrites when you get to that point. You know what I mean? So I feel the exact same way.
Exactly right. Well, yeah, what did Jesus do in John chapter 4? The woman in Samaria, she had 4 husbands or 5 and was living with one she wasn't married to. What did Jesus say to her? He let her get saved. She became a child of God and was changed, radically changed. Mm-hmm. And to the woman taken in adultery, he said, go and sin no more. To ask a person to get right and to get perfect before they come to Jesus is silly, and it's not possible. Come as you are. Let him clean you. You catch them, God will clean them. So you just bring them to Jesus, and you look at the maniac of Gadara. He didn't tell the guy to quit cutting yourself and quit breaking these chains and go put some clothes on, and then we'll talk. Mm-hmm. No, you went them to the Lord right where they are. Yeah. I mean, a person who's like a person who has those sentiments you mentioned could never make it on the mission field where he's going to a tribe of people that run around naked and cannibals and headhunters, etc. You got to start right where they are. Okay, let's get them safe first. Mm-hmm. Then these other things will come along second. And then they'll want to go put some clothes on and quit eating each other. You know.
Yeah. So
to ask a homosexual to stop your sin, you know, get saved, get forgiven, get the Word into you, and then God will help you grow.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way, and it really hurts me when people get that crazy about it, because it's like, you know, you're hurting the message of Christ more than anything. You know, you need to stop. You know, but okay. Question number 2: what does the Bible say about what happens to animals after they die?
Very, very little. The only verse I'm aware of would be in the book of Ecclesiastes, and I'm not sure that it even applies. Ecclesiastes is a strange book since it's man's view of the world under the sun. So it's Solomon saying, well, here's how it looks from man's perspective, which is one of the books of the Bible that may have some things that it's true that man believes that, but it's not true what he believes. Anyway, in there it talks about the spirit of the animals going back to God who made it. And all I have is my Bible, not my concordance down here with me, but it's Ecclesiastes is not that big a book, but you can look it up. Right up to Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes.
From the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
It talks about the spirit of animals going back to God who made them. So, well, yeah, here we go. Ecclesiastes 3:19. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts, even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence above a beast for all his vanity. All go to one place, all are of the dust, and to and turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Ecclesiastes 3:21. I don't claim to understand it. That's like I said, the Bible has very little to say on the topic. It does say that when we come back with Jesus, we come on white horses. So apparently there are animals in heaven, at least horses. I would hope there's all of them. I enjoy the animals, and I've had hundreds of pets, and I think animals are great. I love going to zoos, and I think it'd be really fun if they were all friendly and all vegetarian, and you could ride on them, you know. So I suspect in heaven it's going to be really cool, you know, animals and everything, but it doesn't mean they're saved any more than a rock is saved. There's going to be golden streets. Does that mean the gold has to be saved? Going to be gates made out of pearl? Well, yeah, there's all kinds of things in heaven besides just the souls of men that are saved. So, and the trees with 12 manner of fruit on them. So I just suspect there's going to be animals too. Okay?
Yeah, I love that. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Okay. That'd be a lot of fun to hang out with animals and be able to do all that.
Yeah, I've got T-Rex riding around the block.
Yeah, I agree. Or the Brachiosaurus. I mean, that'd be freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Oh, the other gentleman said thank you so much, and he's keeping up with all the updates, and he thanks you. Thanks, brother,
okay.
And Lone Star, blah 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 blah. Here's a couple more if you have time. With your new view on a post-tribulation rapture, how do you believe the rapture will be perceived on earth?
Well, it says every eye shall see him. You know, Hollywood is really big about grand entrances where they have the lights flashing and the smoke and the, fireworks and, here comes, actor Jimmy or whatever. And they had motorcycles flipping through the air. They try to do everything to attract your attention so that you watch the person as they enter the stage. Well, when Jesus comes back, the sun and the moon are going to go dark, the stars are going to fall from heaven, and there's going to be a great earthquake. That's going to get everybody's attention, including those that are sleeping or blind, with the earthquake. So then there's going to be a trumpet blast, and then he's going to call up his Christians. So it's not going to be a secret rapture like in the Left Behind series of movies. No, the whole world, every eye shall see him. It's going to be the grandest entrance ever onto the planet when Jesus comes back to call up his Christians. Mm-hmm. And based on Luke 18:8, I don't think many are going to be going in the rapture. I think most are going to be killed or turn away from their faith. Because Luke 18:8 says, when the Son of Man shall come, shall he find faith on the earth? Question mark. Never answered. Interesting verse.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, follow-up question to that. While we know the second coming is visibly seen by all, Revelation 19.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Revelation 19. Will the rapture be seen by the unsaved? Go ahead and think about that. Call me right back.
Well, let me get off the phone and get rid of this cough here. I'm coughing much worse. I'll call you back later this afternoon. But I think every eye shall see him. The Bible's real clear. Unsaved and saved alike. Okay. And then if you read Revelation 6, they're going to say, oh, we missed it. At the end of, after Revelation 6:12, you can read what the heathen say. Oh, wow, rocks and mountains fall on us, hide us from the wrath of the Lamb. They know the wrath is coming. So, all right. Thank you, brother. This is a blessing. Get them together, and I'll call back when I get a chance. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
There you have it. If you guys got some Bible questions, send them to Rudy Davis, or Ernie Land, and they'll have it forward to me or whoever's going to be answering Bible questions. You can go online to freekenthovind.com, go to the Contact Us page, and just, you don't have to fill out your name, email, or phone number. Just send in the questions through comments. Okay. Thank you.